when you're sitting down with recruiters, what's the percentage split of like you're amazing at recruitment, but you're also amazing at business development?
Yeah, we've got an interesting lens on this, one from the podcast, but then with the training business, we're trying to close skill gaps. Like I said, fix those inconsistencies. And by far the biggest skill gap is that the sales side. I'd probably say like it's over half of recruiters would probably say that the sales and business development side is the hardest part. I think bring this back to like starting a recruitment agency. I see this time and time again because we also have like a growing community of solo founders. So like they're just solo operators or very small businesses. Like that is often the biggest problem that they want help with, is like just really being consistent and building their pipeline, the sales side. And I do think it's probably the most important skill that you want to keep sharpening throughout your recruitment career. So the truth of it is there's a lot of people in our industry that would probably agree and say like that's their weakest part. There's a lot that goes into that. We can go into that if you want, but like that is quite multifaceted, I'd say.
Take us there.
So we've done some different stuff together. Recent thing being helping recruiters conduct discovery. I think you guys were quite surprised to hear the amount of recruiters that don't conduct discovery. So I think the first part is there is definitely some responsibility here on the company in terms of a lot of recruitment agencies. If you were to say, what's your sales strategy? I don't know how many recruitment agencies, if you were to line up 100, would say, like with conviction, this is our sales strategy. So I think that is part of it. Like, is there a playbook that recruiters are given? Do they know how to position themselves? Do they know what problems they're solving? Like, are they given a sales process that they can work to? A lot of recruiters aren't. So I think a lot of it actually can stem from the environment that people end up in. I know when I worked in recruitment, it was just like learning on the job, doing the reps, failing forward. There was no sales strategy. So I think that a lot of it can stem from there. And then it depends on what environment you find yourself in, but businesses are set up in different ways where you can have, I don't know if you guys have heard the term like 360 recruitment. That essentially means that you cover the recruitment process from start to finish, where you're out there winning clients, you're winning the vacancies, you're winning the client partnerships, and then you're working with those clients to then deliver on the vacancies, the jobs that you're working on with them. So you would then go to market, speak to talent, present that talent, like do the whole process. But then there's a lot of companies where they've split out the sales function and the delivery function. So that also might be why, like there's a lot that goes into it, if I'm honest. But I do think a lot of it stems from, like I got no like sales development, or I had to find that all myself. That's where the podcast came from me, where that idea came from. I was that person that needed that help or wanted that help. I was just sick of like just failing forward and just trying to figure it out directly in front of prospects. Like I was like, surely there's other people that I can learn from. So I think there's a lot that goes into it, but for sure, the sales skill is the biggest skill that people want to keep developing or would say it's not their strongest.